Hey there guys, I'm Manakel and welcome back to my salty playthrough of Darkest Dungeon. What is it you are saying, that I look the same? Did I record this episode after the last episode ended? No, I would never do something like that. The fact that I look the same and I have the same shirt on and everything is just, just in your head. I never would do anything like that, like record two episodes one after the other. But to be completely serious, this is being recorded just after the last episode ended, so I said that I will be sending another team into the Warrens probably now to show you how the Warrens look. I don't really have anyone too keen on going to the Warrens, but I think I will create some weird party of maybe some highwaymen combined with a healer. I think that's gonna be good. I think that's gonna work, won't it? Yeah, that's gonna be good. I think. Let's just see if the highwaymen are on acceptable level of abilities. I mean, if they have abilities that are actually acceptable. That's basically what I mean. Okay, you got this. Okay, you got this. I would like one with bleed actually. You're gonna be better here. Dimas or Dasmas or whatever. Dismas. You're gonna be better here because you have bleed, and bleed is actually quite good for here. I'm thinking about taking the Jester really. Maybe I should take the Jester. Yeah, you know what? I'll take the Jester. Fuck it. Let's try with the Jester. Dismas is gonna be the hard-hitting guy, and I'll just keep this guy. Probably the only leopard that I'm gonna have, and let's send them into the Warrens. The Warrens is the pig land of the pig people that don't really like you too much. So I will take a bit more food. I will take 12 portions, 12 rations. We want this, we want a key, and we want one of this. And hopefully, no, we want actually two, because bleed is a big problem there. Okay, send them. And hopefully the loading screen will not be as long as last time. The Warrens is full of diseases and blight in equal measure. Come prepared to deal with the sickness.
They breed quickly down there in the dark.
One thing with the
Warrens,
Warrens,
we can slay them even faster.
One thing with the Warrens is that they usually are built in this way, where it's not like a corridor. It's more of a hole, basically. A cube or a square type of building, of map layout, which usually is quite easier to explore really, but it also makes you need to explore more to the sides, in just the sense of, you know, if you want to explore everything, like if you want to get all curious and stuff, you have to go around here and then move back here and stuff like that, which does take more time, which means you need more food, which sometimes can be a pain. But I do like this area overall. I think this is one of the most fun areas. I don't like the cove. I actually am very unwilling to go to the cove. Probably next episode or something. I think what I will do actually with the cove is I will try to level up like at least one party to around level 2, and then I will start going for bosses with that party, and I will also start going to the cove a bit, because the cove really is not a fun area for me. The enemies there, the fish people, are very problematic, very hard, and just big dicks really, and I don't like them at all. Don't stress me out, please. 17, fuck. Okay, dodge good. Dodge be good. Nice crit. Stress reduction, good. Yeah, that's why I like Leppers. Leppers deal a shit ton of damage. The only problem with them is that they don't really hit that often, which may be a problem, but they really deal a huge amount of damage overall, and I like them a lot because of that. Oh, come on, don't dodge my shit. You asshole. You're dead next turn, but you're gonna increase my stress, of course, even more. Shit. Of course you had to
The
crit.
tide turns.
Of course. You think it's only 7 damage. You die.
Continue the onslaught.
Okay,
Destroy
I can
them
heal.
all.
So that's good at least. We didn't take too much damage. So that's good.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
I am lighting the torches, so even if I fight something, their damage will not be increased. I didn't explain, I think, that torch level doesn't only affect the visual aspect. The torch level, as you can see, at the moment I have 88 torch, so I have 2 pluses to scouting and 2 pluses to monsters being surprised. The torch level determines a lot of factors, for example, enemy damage, your damage, loot. So basically high torch levels give you less loot, but enemies are more likely to be surprised, you are less likely to be surprised, and you basically you know, you have more scouting and stuff. On low level of torch you are more likely to be surprised, monsters are less likely to be surprised, monsters deal more damage, but if I remember correctly, you and monsters have an increased crit chance and you get more loot. So it's basically a decide what you prefer type of deal, where you decide if you want more loot but then enemies are harder, or if you prefer to have you know, less loot and an easier fight against enemies, right? The game really does, in many ways, give you a choice between greed and safe play, and it really only... It is only, you know, your choice that matters, right? You choose if you... And he gave me the worries. And now he's probably not gonna hit anything. If I remember correctly, the worries decrease your aim. So certain enemies in the game can give you diseases. We didn't get a disease before. Diseases are here, and I got the worries. No, plus 30% stress damage. Okay, that's not that bad actually. Stress damage is not that big of a problem for me.
Maintain the offensive.
At least at this moment. Let's increase our accuracy and crit chance. Okay, let's heal the whole party. Please heal for 2. Thank you. That was very nice. Now I will have to fight this guy. The Leppers deal a lot of damage. I said that before. They really are a fun class in that sense. They deal a lot of damage per hit. They are quite tanky. The only problem with the Leppers, a huge problem with the Leppers actually, is the fact that they never can attack the back row. They don't have any ability that attacks further than the first 2 enemies, which can be kinda moved that. I guess you can play around it if you turn off corpses. It's not really that big of a problem. Or if you, let's say, what else can you do really to prevent that? I guess if you play with like just a lot of highwaymen or characters that can attack the back row, and you have a Lepper in the front row, that's, I guess, a tactic that you can use. Oh, I knew that you're gonna dodge. How did I knew that you're gonna dodge? Because you are using XCOM logic and XCOM percent game.
Confidence surges as the enemy.
This game does
crumbles.
use XCOM percent, by the way, if you didn't notice yet. Whenever something crappy can happen to you, it will happen. This actually was not a good result, because if I didn't kill him, I would just bleed him. I would have one more turn to heal myself with the healer, and now the combat has ended and I cannot heal, because you cannot use abilities between combat, between fights basically, which sucks balls really. Okay, disarm, good. Different classes have different chances to disarm, by the way. Highwayman, Grave Robber, and I think Who else? Highwayman, Grave Robber, and Bounty Hunter. I think have the highest. I think Jester is also quite high in that table. But melee, most of the melee tank classes don't have really that big of a chance to disarm traps. So, dodge. Maggots are an interesting enemy actually to talk about, because when the game came out, they were like this, right? They were squishy, crappy little enemy that doesn't really do anything. They can only stun you, that's the only thing they can do. But few patches ago, that when I played a very early version, well, not a very early, but like a mid version of the game for like a moment, they changed something that made... They basically gave maggots a lot of damage reduction, so they gave them a lot of protection. And it got to a point where it was ridiculous, because little maggots were face tanking, you know, multiple hits from hard hitting melee enemies, melee attackers of your team, and it really just was ridiculous. I see that they reduced that now. I don't know, maybe they just decided to give it to higher level maggots, like in higher dungeons. But I remember that patch, that was probably one of the last patches that I tested, and that was just a ridiculous patch. Like, regular maggots were face tanking everything you throw at them, because they had like 80%, 70 to 80% damage reduction. It was ridiculous. Impressive. Yeah, and I see that crits destroy corpses, so that's good. If you crit something, it doesn't leave a corpse, so that's good. It's similar, like I said, where dot damage also makes enemies not leave corpses, so if you want to not have corpses and not turn them on in the options menu, you either have to crit or bleed or blight enemies, so dot enemies till they die. That's, I guess, okay. Come on, bleed. 4, and you got 5 HP. Of course you have 5 HP left, crap. Okay, heal for 4, that was a weak heal, by the way. Of course you have to have 1 HP left, and you're gonna crit me, aren't you? No? You're only gonna only stress me out. Stress him out now. Yep, 100. Masochistic! He's not gonna want to get healed now, if I remember correctly.
Find it in no short supply.
If I remember correctly, he's not gonna not want to get healed if you're masochistic. Characters that get affected can stop doing certain things that you want them to do. So, for example, if I will try to heal him and he's masochistic, he may actually tell me that he doesn't want to get healed. See, he bled out, so he didn't leave a corpse behind him. Let's see. Okay, he allowed me to heal, that's good. Only 3 though, but at least he allowed me to do that. And by the way, since we're talking about the stress system, whenever your character reaches 200 stress, he dies from heart attack. So 100 stress gives you a affliction that changes how your character behaves. 200 stress kills your character on heart attack. So he gets a heart attack and he dies. Not fun. Not fun. Really not fun. Okay, crit for 8. Good. Good, very nice. And we dodged even better. Thank you. And we finished him off. Excellent. Okay, we cleared, but we can get some items additionally now. I don't remember what this does, but you know what? Let's be brave. Okay, this doesn't work on it. This doesn't work on it. This doesn't work on it. Okay, I guess let's just inside in the warrants. Okay, so it's like a percent based thing. You have a chance to gain and chance to lose. I think if you if you get a negative one, I think you gain a lot of stress, if I remember correctly. But we got lucky there. I got lucky there. So that's good. Okay, and now we can get this creature here and maybe fight this battle. We are not getting any loot, are we? I am, by the way, I always like to keep a Jester when I have a Lepper. Yeah, hard attack. Body limit hard attack. So it kills. I always like to have a Jester when I have a Lepper with me, because Leppers have very low attack speed, accuracy, and they often will miss. With a Jester, Jesters have the song ability that buffs your crit chance, but also your accuracy. So it's a nice combo having those two. Plus, Lepper only can attack forward enemies, like front row enemies, and the Jester can attack mid-range enemies, like the middle section and a bit of the back section of enemies. Plus, he can bleed them. So even if you are if you have a Lepper like me here with a Jester, if I would be fighting an enemy that is hard to kill because he has a lot of protection, then the Jester can help out a bit, increasing his accuracy, but also bleeding the enemy that I want to finish off, right? So that's quite good, I would say. A nice working combo between the characters. Good thing you missed. I didn't miss. Plus 15 accuracy already from that, see? And we killed him. Yay. Okay, is that...
Be wary.
Yeah, let's go back to this main room, to the starter room, and go to this room here. There's gonna be a trap here, so we'll be able to decrease our stress a bit on the Jester, hopefully. Oh, no. What's the chance to... Wait a second, come on.
And not the rule.
Sometimes it's a bit low. 30% only, huh? Trap disarm. Why is it showing trap disarm 70 when it's 30? 30% base, trap disarm 70? Okay. I don't understand, but okay. Okay, I do not understand that, but whatever. And we didn't get anything. Okay, let's get out of here. In that case,
some experiments
let's get out
should have never happened. You are doing just work ending them.
I love the resolve level up. Yeah, we leveled up now. I do love the narrator for this game. I think precise striker, 3% crit melee. Okay, that's good. Although we're gonna be using more range attacks on that character, but that's still good.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Well, let's send you to the tavern, I think. Yeah, that's cheaper, much cheaper. Okay, can we upgrade something more? Yes, gambling. Then we can upgrade this, I think, right? Oh no, we don't have enough bests. Okay. We already have the blacksmith and the guild. I already talked about it, I think. Yeah, I think I already talked about it, so nothing to talk here. Let's go another one. Did you, Dismas, get a sickness? I think you did, right? Okay, that's not really something I care about, so... Oh, but we have to hire a bunch of new guys. I forgot. We have to hire some guys. No healer. We got a grave robber. And you got a man at arms.
With a keen eye, Gold gleams like a dagger's point. The raw strength of youth may be spent, but his eyes hold the secrets of 100 campaigns.
Like I said, the narrator, man, the narrator for this game is precious. Okay, let's try a fast ruins run with this guy, this, and a healer. I'm gonna show you the two new classes. The Grave Robber, although she doesn't have really any. I need to get her to have Throwing Dagger. Wait a sec. It's not really a good idea to spend money on skills on characters, but I want to show you the abilities. So, guild, Throwing Dagger. Yes, please. Yeah. No, we don't need this, and we want this. No, we don't need launch. We can get this, I guess. Okay, embark. Yes. The ruins again. Okay. Basically, the early stage of the game is a grind. You have to grind a lot to upgrade your estate. You have to basically upgrade most of the buildings. When you upgrade the stress reducing buildings, so the abbey and when you upgrade the abbey and the tavern to a acceptable level, the game gets much easier because you don't spend that much money reducing stress on your heroes anymore. But before you do that, it is a bit of a grind, like I said. The game really forces you to grind because that's the only thing you can really do here. I did take the Grave Robber because she's got a Blight ability similar to the Plague Doctor, and these guys are resistant to bleed fully, but they are very susceptible to Blight. So let's try that out, shall we? Maybe on this guy. The back row guys are usually the guys that deal the most damage in terms of melee, in terms of physical damage, and in terms of stress damage. The front row guys are usually the guys that are the more problematic in the sense that they, you know, either have some abilities like taunt abilities or are just more harder to kill. But the most problematic enemies overall are always the back row guys because they deal the most either physical damage or stress damage. Like crossbowmen deal a lot of damage. These guys, the Bone, Courtier or whatever, usually increase, you know, deal a lot of stress damage, or they blight you or they bleed you. Like blight usually is what they do. So front row enemies are a problem, but not the biggest problem, basically, what I'm saying. The front row is basically like a distraction that is supposed to keep you from killing the back row, and the back row is the guys that you should be focusing at first because they really wither you down a lot. Although the front guys can deal a lot of like melee, you know, full-blown melee damage and just kill you easily, but later when you upgrade your armor and you upgrade your other stuff, the front row guys will not be that big of a problem because even if they crit you, you will have a lot of protection and you will have a lot of damage mitigation from that. But early on, the biggest problem are the back row guys because, like I said, they are the ones that will wither you down easily with either stress or just dot damage, or even physical, like just plain physical damage sometimes. And we got 3 per tick. And now we can use this and move back. This is a nice combo that this class has, by the way. 2 abilities that work nicely together. On the Highwayman, you can have a point blank shot for the first guy that moves you backwards, and then you can use launch forward a duelist advance that is a forward launch for forwards 1, or you can do it the other way around, depending on how you like it. Okay, nice, 1000. This sapphires are worth 1000. They are worth a lot, so we already are gonna be earning something on this. The only problem is if we will get some hunger events that may bring us a bit of problems. Hopefully not. There are some rooms here, so it would be nice to get some scouting going. Oh, these guys. These guys are the brigand guys, and they randomly appear in every... They can randomly appear in every dungeon, basically. And they are problematic, especially these guys. This guy is problematic because he has high crit chance, and this guy is problematic because he's an AoE debuffer that also deals a lot of annoying damage. And you get how much? 5 HP left, huh? Okay. This guy usually blocks the whole front, the back row. I think they changed it. Usually this guy counts as 2 enemies and he blocks the back row for most people, but I guess he doesn't right now anymore. Maybe they switched something or whatever. Okay, next time he's gonna die, so I don't have to care for him anymore. But I do want to heal up because, as you can see, I took a lot of damage from this. Okay, I want to stun this guy. He resisted, crap. Oh, good. He resisted the move, but he didn't resist the stun. That's great. Okay, he's dead. Good. And now I can start blighting this guy. Whenever you stun an enemy, he gets a buff, a stun resist buff for 110 afterwards. So you cannot... when the game came out, the best tactic that people were using was to perma-stun everyone. And it basically, everyone was using it, it was overpowered. You were basically perma-stunning the whole enemy team and healing fully with the Vestal, with the back row healer, and just, you know, everything was a breeze, right? What they did afterwards is basically whenever you stun an enemy, they gain a 40% stun resistance buff for 110, so you cannot perma-stun enemies over and over. So I think it's actually a good decision. The only problem is that the way certain mechanics work in the game, but I'm gonna talk about that later. Oh, only one, crap. I wanted that to heal. Okay, I actually will just buff myself with more dodge. I thought that maybe he's gonna survive. I didn't check how much damage I actually did to him. Never mind. Sometimes it's good to delay the fight a bit, but this time it didn't matter. The thing also that is worth mentioning is that delaying fights is not a good idea anymore, because if fights take too long, you will start getting stress damage, because the game creators are dicks, I guess, and don't like you as a player and want to make your life miserable. Don't ask me why. You basically, if you fight too long one enemy group, you will start getting stress damage, which sometimes can be a problem when you fight enemies that are very resistant to damage, and you just, you know, it takes some time to kill them with like bleed and light damage, right? Dot damage. So yeah, that sucks. You cannot have prolonged fights, but they made enemies more resistant to damage at the same time. Okay, I like the fact that disarming traps gives you a stress reduction. I think it's a good decision.
Victory.
Okay, do we have to do 90% of rooms, right? So if we're not gonna have a fight, this may mean that there's no other fights actually, because, well, no other fights in rooms is what I meant. Because when you have 90% exploration, even if you kill everything on the map and you don't explore fully, you still have to explore, right? It's the quest description is important. So
press this
Nice
advantage.
crit.
Give them no quarter.
This party is doing very well here, considering they are all low level except the healer, which is only healing, not doing anything else. This party is doing extremely well here. I'm very pleased with their progress so far.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Oh yeah, I cannot do that, but I cannot light you. I like the design of the Grave Robber. It kind of reminds me, for those of you that ever played Warhammer, it kind of reminds me of a Witch Hunter character from Warhammer. From the Warhammer universe. Warhammer Fantasy Battle, man. That I played so much of that with my high school friends and middle school friends and my middle school history teacher actually. For those of you that never had this, I got into fantasy games when I was in middle school. In the Polish equivalent of middle school, it's called gymnasium, whatever. And we had a very young, around like 25, 28-year-old teacher, history teacher, and he was a big fan of tabletop games. And he basically introduced us to Warhammer, and we played a lot with him. Later we started playing when we ended, when we finished middle school and we went to high school. He actually gave me, because I was always the dungeon master, where he wasn't the dungeon master. He gave me the Warhammer Fantasy Battle.
Trouble yourself not with the cost of this crusade.
Warhammer roleplay book, and I was, the dungeon master afterwards. But good old times, man. I remember my first character died because I was overconfident, and he wanted to show me how the dice rolls work, and my own character killed himself with like a critical fail attack. I remember that he said that he made it like my character basically slipped and stabbed himself in the stomach and died. Good old times. RNG was already then, not in my favor, right? But really good old times. Okay, we got some new characters to hire, but that's going to be next episode. That one dungeon was very fast. I'm quite pleased with that. Maybe next episode I'll try to show you guys the Cove. I don't know if they did anything with the Cove. When it was released, it was terrible for me. It was extremely unfair and extremely unbalanced in the sense of how much damage enemies were dealing. So we'll see if it's gonna be something that I will, be able to do. But I showed you basically all of the areas so far. So I'm quite happy with our progress. We are getting some heroes to like level 1, level 2. This really doesn't matter right now. Excuse me, getting heroes to level 2 is gonna be something I'm gonna be doing more later, and just keeping them at level 2 until I want to do the boss. When I will want to do the boss, depending on the boss, I will basically try to have like a maybe like a 8-man roster of characters at around level 2. And when I will decide which boss I go for, I will handcraft a party for that specific boss mechanic, so the boss will not be a problematic encounter, and will then level up the skills and level up the equipment of said party. But for now, we can upgrade something. Maybe we can, I think, yeah, we can upgrade this. Good, level 2.
However
that's
desperate,
good. And we have some crests, but we cannot still do anything with that. Yeah, we cannot. Okay, so that's gonna be it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave a like and a comment below, and I will see you guys in the next episode. See ya then.